Hi, I'm Lee Binns, the homescholar, and I got a question from Martha who said, how can I make sure that my child is academically prepared but not having the life sucked right out of them as they struggle with their learning? Okay, it's, a good question. You want to be thinking about finding that balance between keeping them challenged and being completely overwhelmed. Having the life sucked out of your child, usually that stems from a curriculum mismatch. And when somebody says that to me, a Gold Care member, that's usually the first thing I turn to is say, it sounds like we have a curriculum mismatch. Let's talk about that. There's some common problems when people talk like that. Usually they're using what their friends do, or they're doing what their homeschool neighbor has done. So if you're in a situation, classical education, an online program, or using a specific curriculum, or choosing to do Latin when you don't need to, I want you to ask yourself, why did I choose this? Okay? Because often we as parents felt peer pressure to include that. I do have an ebook on Kindle about choosing curriculum that's effective and fun, and I think that will really help you to choose curriculum responsibly. I also think it's pretty common for homeschool moms to feel a little bit insecure when they talk about academic preparation for college. Sometimes that means they're trying too hard. So you want to ask yourself, am I doing too much? Am I duplicating subjects? Am I teaching 3 hours on English when I really just need 1? Did I buy 3 curriculum for history instead of just buying 1? So ask yourself, are you doing too much? Because sometimes that will happen. The other thing you want to think about is the learning style of your child, because sometimes their way of learning is not the same as our way of teaching. And when you get into the high school level, it's really much more about the child's learning style and much less about our learning style. So for example, I found that my children love reading. And I knew that when push came to shove, if they hated a subject, we could read about it instead. Even with things like art, which I know you're probably not supposed to read about, you're supposed to do. But my children hated art. What am I supposed to say? And so we checked out books, and they read books about art. So you want to try to figure out what their learning style is and give it to them in a way that makes sense. Now, I do want to say really quickly that when people talk about having that life sucked right out of them, usually if you make a change to homeschooling completely independently rather than being in a classroom setting, whether that's at co-op or a classical online education or through a parent partnership program, if you cannot be in a classroom setting but move at your own speed, whether that's slower or faster, then that is going to help them to enjoy learning more. I hope that helps. Have a great day.